Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for meeting with us today.
Thank you.
Could we talk about the status of the direct flight from Atlanta to Accra on Delta Airlines?
Yes. Yes. This country, no, the world has become a global place. It has become like a small village. And what happens in any parts of the world affects the other, parts of this global village. And so any opportunity to link the people, the businesses, the opportunities of all these locations together is a great opportunity for the growth and advancement of this planet, of this world. Well, Delta flying a direct service from Atlanta to Accra is one that is a welcome news. We have had the experience of what's going on from the flights from New York to Accra. But now to have also a second flight that will be going to Accra from Atlanta to Accra, I think is one that is very much welcome. It will promote the opportunities for tourism. It will promote business. It will promote, communication between people. It will also provide the opportunity, especially for Ghanaians who have families in Accra, in Ghana, to connect very frequently. And it's one that I believe that we all welcome. We look forward to it, and I think we could take advantage of it to bridge the relationship between the people of the two cities, the city of Accra and the city of Atlanta. I have just finished a meeting this morning with the mayor of Atlanta, Honorable Reed, and I'm looking forward to the development of a city-to-city relationship between the city of Atlanta and the city of Accra. And, with this service between Accra and Atlanta by the Delta Airlines is one that I think is going to really promote other aspects of relationships.
Could you discuss the Millennium Challenge in Columbia University and the work that they're going to be doing in Accra?
Yes. Today, I am very excited. A lot of Ghanaians are excited. And of course, the 4.5 million people who live in Accra are very, very excited about the adoption of Accra as a Millennium City. I met with Jeffrey Sachs, the director of the Earth Institute at Columbia University last year, June. And I put in a request for him to look at Accra and the adoption of Accra as a Millennium City. And he was so kind. It wasn't, I didn't have to say much. After expressing and, advocating for the city in some few areas, he looked at me and he said, Alfred, I think we can make this happen. A month later, in July, he called me and he said, yes, I think what I promised you to adopt Accra as a Millennium City can become a reality. Well, he sent a team of scientists, a team of professors and students to Accra in December as the mayor of Accra under the auspices of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. We met with them and we did a good work looking at the data of Accra, looking at the services, looking at the infrastructural needs of the community. On this year, January 15th, he came to Accra and declared Accra as a Millennium City. Now, we do not want Accra to just remain a Millennium City in name. We want it to remain a Millennium City in practical and operational aspect. And so we have a memorandum of understanding that itemized areas of operation and areas of cooperation as to what will happen between now and 2011, where we will have scientists, we'll have professors, we'll have students. And I have just finished a meeting this week in New York, outlining the dates and the itinerary for activities. And experts will come to Accra, look at the situation in the area of water, in the area of sanitation, in the area of waste management, in the area of alternative energy, in the area of education and health services, and then community upgrading. And these are very specific areas with specific objectives that this relationship will be looking at. The goal of the Earth Institute is to make Accra the crown jewel of cities of Africa. And I think it's possible. We're going to look at it. We're going to work out it. It's an exciting time. I think the other aspect of this relationship is what it does to the business community. It creates the platform and the environment, for businesses to do well, for businesses and companies of the advanced world to look at it and say, oh, look, we want to do business in Africa. We want to do business in Ghana. We want to go to Ghana. So that it is our goal to ensure, the democracy in Ghana is well advanced. The ideals of the democracy is doing well. President Obama went to Ghana last year, and we sat right there in the auditorium, and he made a statement. I'm going to quote him. And he said, what happens in this 21st century will be shaped not only by what happens in Washington or what happens in Moscow or what happens in Rome, but also what happens in Accra. And I took that statement very kindly, but it also means that we have to take responsibility and create the environment in Accra and create the structures in Accra and create the opportunities in Accra. So businesses will look into Accra, communities will look into Accra and feel welcome, feel safe, feel that the structures exist for them to do well. And that is exactly what we want to do.
Is there any dollar amount about how much will be invested?
Not at this stage, because we are still doing the investigative stages. We are still doing the visibility study. We are still looking at what needs to be fixed, what needs to be upgraded. So we are looking at that. And as we move forward, in May, there is going to be a conference here in New York called the Accra Summit. Between now and May this year, they will do the visibility studies and do the fast finding. And then in May, there will be a summit on Accra in New York at the Columbia Earth Institute. And at that summit, I think it is where the reports will be reviewed, the dollar amount figures and things will be put together.
Is there a continuing problem with in-migration from the countryside, with people pouring into the city?
Yes. Whether we like it or not, Accra is the capital city of Ghana. And as the capital city of Ghana, people want to come to Accra. People want to come to Accra for better education. They want to come to Accra for better, living standards. And you can't blame them. That is the city. That's the capital. That is where everybody look to. The youth want to come to Accra. So it puts a lot of burden on the budget of the city. It puts a lot of responsibility. Accra, for example, we generate 2,000 tons of refuse every day. This refuse, we have to make sure that it does not become an unbearable conditions that will create health hazards. There is the need, therefore, to collect all this refuse. The good news that I have to announce here is that in August, Accra is going to undertake waste to energy. In other words, effective collection of all the refuse in Accra and then transforming it to energy so we can tap the energy, electricity into the national grid.